An urgent message for you. Right now, the price of Bitcoin is trading at $94,839, and there is something that's concerning. And the fact is, we are in a rising wedge, and I truly, truly hope that Bitcoin actually, instead of forming this rising wedge, perhaps even better visible on the hourly time frame. So if we look at these wicks, you can see that it is, unfortunately, a rising wedge. Turning slowly into an ascending triangle, which is good. So we can, assume that there is still a chance of continuation, and the chance of continuation is increasing rather than a drop to the downside. But we need to be aware of both scenarios and try and take advantage of what is about to happen. So stay tuned until the end of this very quick video, guys. It is 1 a.m. I didn't want to skip on a video. So bringing this message out to all Bitcoin traders, because it is super important to have some breaking news from the US as well. And towards the end of the video, I actually want to share something that I've not done so in previous videos. One sec, guys, my cable got stuck. So there we go. So at the end of this video, I'll share something that I've not shared before. So stick around until the end. Make sure to destroy the like, subscribe to become a crypto kid. I think we're 600 subscribers from 50,000. So if we can hit that, then that's incredible. With that said, let's jump into the Bitcoin content because, guys, I've been up since 7 a.m. It is now 1 a.m. So I need sleep. I need sleep ASAP. So I'm going to try and publish this as quickly as possible. So first things first, short-term time frame, we were looking more like a head and shoulders / rising wedge yesterday. Today it looks a bit better, but guys, the bearish divergence is still very much on the chart. So I'm still concerned about a potential retest into the 88.5 to maybe even 87.5 region before continuing towards the upside. That is the sad reality that I'm looking at before seeing that continuation. Of course, right? There's still that probability that we break towards the upside, but in technical analysis, it's just a game of probability. The current pattern with the bearish divergence that is forming is suggesting that likely in the short term, Bitcoin can have a correction, and then likely we continue moving towards the upside. Now, on the daily time frame, obviously we spoke about the resistance line that was forming at 94-ish $1,000 and how important it is that we break above it. And it's just not going to be easy to do so because, when you look at the chart between November all the way to February, even March, Bitcoin found great support and then turned it into resistance. So, you can look at this support line in multiple different ways. You can put it up to 94.1 or bring it down to 92.6. In this particular example, you can see that we're retesting support very nicely and likely we can continue to the upside. But, right, if you move this line of now support and put it up to where Trump announced the fake crypto strategic reserve, you can also make the argument that we're finding resistance. So look, the reality is, I know my TA sounds a little bit ambiguous, but the reality is Bitcoin is in an important line of resistance. So the range is, between the price action of 92.90 to 90 to 95, which is where we're trading between now. This is important resistance for Bitcoin. And I think very soon we're going to break above it, whether it's we see a breakdown and then we continue breaking to the upside, or whether it's we break above now and then continue to brand new all-time highs is what the M2 money supply would suggest. You look at this money supply correlation and clearly we should be breaking up and continuing up very, very soon. And it's going to happen regardless. There's nothing you can do about it. Whether it's we continue consolidating and then we break to the upside, it's just going to happen at some point. So guys, I think the risk of not owning Bitcoin and not being in long positions is higher than actually being in long positions. Just make sure that your liquidity or liquidation is below the $86,000 to $85,000 level. And I think you should be completely fine. And the next 2 months should be super, super explosive for Bitcoin. So I'm massively long on Bitcoin over on weeks, and you guys know those trades. Altcoins have been buying severely Ethereum. I bought a lot of Ethereum in the past couple of days. I think it's super, super bullish. And look, when you look at it from a fundamental perspective, we shared the Howard Lutnick news yesterday over on the channel. But we also spoke about Arizona on Telegram and the CryptoKids community, that Arizona is passing their own Bitcoin bill. And guess what, guys? This Bitcoin bill has officially been passed, and now it is sent to the governor of Arizona to verify and either veto or pass the bill for the 2 Bitcoin reserves. Now, she's a Democrat, and she did very recently decide to sign one digital assets bill 2-3 weeks ago and veto the other one. So it looks like a bit of a coin flip of if they're going to sign this or not sign this. It's going to depend on how the governor wants to react to it. So if you live in Arizona, make sure to hit her up and tell her that this is super important for them to do. Anyways, if it does get passed, and that's like $200 million we calculated of potential buying pressure into Bitcoin, and even going to next week, it is super, super possible that Arizona actually becomes the first state to accumulate Bitcoin, which would be insane if that does happen. So I think if that does happen, and I think it will at some point happen, that will send Bitcoin to absolutely Valhalla. If it doesn't, then look, America is going to be buying Bitcoin as an entire country beginning of June or mid-June. So just guys, it's, what can I tell you? What do you want me to say? Well, what do you want me to say? I've been at Token 2049 the entire day. I've never felt more bullish in my life. There's just so much building going on. There's just so much happening fundamentally. I don't know what else to say to convince you to be bullish in cryptocurrency. So yeah, I mean, I do my best on a daily basis. And, if you're still convinced that it's a scam, then, there isn't much I can do anymore. But let's move on with the breaking news and talk a little bit about that, and maybe you change your mind. So Eric Trump was just in Dubai, and I got invited to this event, but I couldn't make it in time. So he announced the launch of a new Trump building in Sheikh Zayed Road, which is one of the most prime locations in Dubai. And he said that they're going to be selling this property using Bitcoin, so it will be an alternative to purchase the property of this building. If you guys are unfamiliar, in Dubai, you can already purchase property with cryptocurrencies. So it is nothing that's insane, but still rather bullish. It just further shows the support of the Trump organization towards Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. And the United Kingdom now decided to become a hub for cryptocurrency. All of a sudden, they were so anti-crypto, making so much terrible legislation. Now they're deciding to collaborate with the United States to boost the adoption of cryptocurrency in the country. So guys, everybody's jumping on the bandwagon. And I think until June, you still have time to buy Bitcoin before the United States. Or if Arizona jumps into the action, maybe in the upcoming few weeks, then you would be missing out if you don't buy Bitcoin today, because maybe that can happen next week. So I would urge you to buy as much Bitcoin as possible to avoid the risk of not owning enough Bitcoin, and just trust the process. A lot of questions I received from Token 2049, and guys, thank you so much for coming up to me. And it's just incredible because we make our videos, I'm speaking on behalf of every single crypto influencer. We make our videos, we share our analysis, but we kind of feel isolated in our own bubble, or at least that's how I personally feel. And then when you go to these conferences and you guys approach us, like, it just makes me personally super happy, because I can see that my work is getting recognized. And of course, it's wonderful to meet all of the crypto kids out there. So thank you so much for all of your kind words throughout the entire day today. You've been fantastic. And don't be shy to come up to me if you do spot me in Token 2049 over the next 2-3 days. What was I going to say? Sorry guys, my brain isn't working fully because it's 1 a.m. and I haven't eaten all day. What were we going to say? You know what? Doesn't matter. Bitcoin is bullish. Altcoins, great opportunities to buy in. Because the cycle began, or because we created a new all-time high for the first time before the halving cycle, or the halving started in 2024, I think this cycle is going to end early. And that's what a lot of people have been saying today. A lot of analysts expect this cycle to be over between August to October of this year. And my personal price prediction is anywhere between $120,000 to $200,000 for Bitcoin. The final thing that I want to mention is just about life specifically. So this was what I meant by talking about something that I've not spoke about before. For the first time in a long time, I actually felt very content and fulfilled about my own personal life today. And I want to share a story. So today I visited my school, because this week I was not planning on going to school because of Token. But this morning at 7 a.m., I decided to go to school for a careers day, which was like a demonstration of what you can do essentially when you grow up or when you graduate from school, and what careers you can choose for kids aged between 14 to 16. And I was like, you know what? This touches my heart because I started or co-founded CryptoKid when I was 14 years old, basically the age of the kids that you can see on the screen in the photo with me. And I just wanted to give them advice on, look, you don't have to go to a 9-to-5 model. You don't have to work as a junior analyst at JP Morgan for 16 hours and get paid nothing. No, because you're young, you can take more risk, you can take more liability, try different things, and do what you love. And buy Bitcoin on a daily basis, which will eventually compound into millions of dollars in the next 10 years. So yeah, it was incredible, and I felt super happy that I was able to do this. And I'm just really happy. So guys, I'm not saying this to say it. It's just personal reflection almost, so that in the future I can maybe come back to this video myself, and hopefully it inspires you as well. That I'm genuinely happy at this point. I live in the best city and country in the world. I would definitely recommend moving to Dubai. There's so much opportunity, so many cool people to meet, so many things to do. I'm doing what I love. I genuinely love producing these videos. I genuinely love the industry that I work in. It almost feels like one entire big massive family. And I love each and every one of my friends and each and every one of the people that I work with. And because I'm young, I have the freedom to dream, and the freedom to pivot to whatever I want to pivot to, and also the financial freedom to do as I like. So guys, it's just I'm super grateful, super, super happy. And if you're watching this video and if you're a little bit upset, if you're a little bit unhappy with where your life is at the moment, it's completely okay. You can change it. You can change it. You can start going to the gym. That helped me for the 2 weeks. Past 2 weeks now, I've been exercising for the first time in my life, and I feel amazing. So you can do these things, and you can go out and try different things. Of course, it's not as easy for everyone, but try things, find what you love, invest money into Bitcoin, save up, build for some time. I mean, it took me 4 years to get CryptoKid to where it is today, so it takes time to build. But if you work hard enough, if you're consistent enough, if you're bullish on crypto, if you're accumulating on a daily basis, trying out different things, doing what you love, exercising, focusing on building meaningful relationships, you're genuinely going to be happy with your life and feel content. And you're not going to feel the urge of, competitiveness and see, what, this guy is doing this and maybe I should be doing better. No, if you're authentic and if you genuinely are happy with your daily routine, then all these intrusive thoughts of competitiveness and the lack of fulfillment and the lack of self-purpose and the feeling that you're not doing enough, all those feelings will fade away, especially as a man. If you do those things and find what you love and work out and work with good people. But guys, I'm sorry if maybe some of you didn't find that interesting, but I just wanted to do some self-reflection on myself. But yeah, if it helped you out in some way, shape, or form, or inspired you to change your lifestyle, if you're not happy with it, let me know in the comments. Eating healthy also helped me a lot. By the way, I was eating terribly and I wasn't looking after myself. So yeah, I feel much better compared to how I felt like a couple of months ago. And to be honest with you, I wasn't at a very good place, and I didn't share this before. So guys, thank you so much for watching. Have a fantastic rest of your day. Token 2049 is going super, super busy, and I can't wait for it to be over and take a chill weekend off. But thank you for watching. Have a great evening, and I'll see you all on the next video very soon. Take care. And as always, guys, bye-bye.